This is a brief addendum to my previous video about silver weapons because new evidence has come to light showing that I was completely and utterly correct with my original deductions. In that video, I posited that silver weapons in Fire Emblem aren't actually made of real silver, but rather a different fictional metal, likely similar to mithril from the Lord of the Rings series. I think I made a good case, but a lot of my evidence was pretty circumstantial, mainly looking at weapon stats and possible sources of inspiration around the original development. Researching obscure things that nobody cares about is pretty difficult because oftentimes they aren't important enough to document or write about even by the original creators. But fortunately, one of the big benefits of having an audience on YouTube is that if you look into some stupidly niche bullshit, then making a video can put more eyes onto the topic, and in a sense, crowdsource the research. After making my video, a couple of commenters who incidentally knew of some details that I missed found solid evidence that supports my theory. A smoking gun, or a silver bullet if you will. As it turns out, in the Fire Emblem Awakening art book, there is commentary on many of the weapon designs by a Fire Emblem Awakening art director Toshoki Kusakihara. Kusakihara was directly responsible for weapon models in Awakening, and there is developer commentary for many of these designs. These writings are pretty detailed and provide direct insight into the visual design for every weapon in Awakening. And the important thing here are the notes about silver weapons, which very specifically state that silver weapons are made of a metal much like mithril silver, that they are extremely hard and difficult to forge so they're expensive, that they are lighter than iron, and that they have a faint gleam. So that's it, direct evidence straight from the people who made it that silver weapons in Fire Emblem aren't made of real silver but rather a fictional mithril silver. This only really provides evidence for games from Awakening onwards, so I did look for evidence in older art books. The only other description that I could find was in the 1996 art book in Fire Emblem The Complete, which covers the first 3 games. Unfortunately, the description in this book isn't as clear, only mentioning that the weapon is made of precious silver. And as far as I can tell, most of the other art books don't provide direct commentary on weapon designs. So in conclusion, I was right, and Fire Emblem silver weapons aren't real silver. It's great when your conspiracy theories are vindicated by direct evidence. I originally didn't think to look into the art books because I have the Fire Emblem Engage art book and there's basically no words in that thing. So I kinda assumed all the others were like that too. I guess there's a difference between art books that are commercially sold separately and ones that are promotional material. There's clearly a lot more work put into ones that are sold rather than just given as part of a premium edition. There still isn't direct evidence of developer intentions in the early Fire Emblem days, but I would theorize that it's likely that there was some institutional inertia that led Kusakihara to base Awakening silver weapons on mithril, perhaps word of mouth in the company, or old internal design documents that are not public. It's not likely for new direct evidence to emerge at this point, but I still think the circumstantial evidence is enough to make a convincing case. That's it, see you the next time I spend way too much time obsessively investigating minor details for minimal gain.